Hello and welcome to Matchday 12 of SSL Division 1. My name is Val and I am joined by...
Laser.
And we have four good matchups as we get into the stretch run of this season. Any matchups in particular you're looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to Paris, but I'm most looking forward to Sao Paulo and Cairo, as that could end up being a 6-pointer in the relegation race.
Yeah, that's an absolutely massive match coming up. Sao Paulo and Cairo. That's 6th and 7th. They're only separated by 1 point. And Asperia in 8th. They're only 2 points back. They have found some form. But that is not what we're actually going to start with, I do believe.
Looks like it will start with Hollywood Buenos Aires, I believe. And they are...
Yes, and...
Hollywood's been sliding a little bit lately.
Yeah, they are top of the table last time I checked, but only just. I believe it's on goals for right now, which, yeah, it's Hollywood. That makes sense. They score goals. But the last time they played Buenos Aires, they lost.
Yep.
But the Buenos Aires has been sliding a little bit since.
Yeah, Buenos Aires has been up and down. They're 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5, and Hollywood is 2-2-1. So, and for Hollywood, that's quite abnormal to miss 3 wins.
Yeah, I believe that one draw, they were playing with 10 men for most of the game, so grain of salt and all that.
Yeah. Well, one of the draws, the other one was with Sao Paulo last week.
Oh, right, yeah.
And in the first 30 seconds, we have next to nothing going on. There we go.
Yeah, it just looks like we just got 2 4-2-3-1s. Nothing too special there in terms of formations.
Yeah. Thankfully. No, it's an 11 yet.
It's an 11.
That was an attack by Athênai that was run down by Tali. And that's not the greatest pass to the opposite flank, so Hollywood will just get it right back. And Sterling clears. Over on the wing to Liang Kwai. Liang Kwai appears to be playing on the opposite wing than we're used to seeing now that I look at it.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I saw Kwai on the right.
Oh, there's a goal for Tiki Taka on the through ball. That must be why they moved him over. I don't know if Taka's at the striker or at the winger.
I believe Taka's on the left wing, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is just very, very well worked. Putanesco with that killer ball. Taka is able to just sneak past Checker, slots it home to the near post. And we're going to get a replay, and he is kept on by Checker by basically a step.
And Oaktown just caught at a moment of indecision. Hollywood wants to make it 2 very quickly. It's over to Bobby, Rashford, Taka. Taka, not a great through ball, bounced off the back of Guevara. And now Rashford is pushing. He'll take it outside the box. Put in a cross that goes all the way back to Gerard. And Hollywood will just reset. Put Nesca to Bobby, through ball to Liang Kwai. Shoots and scores! He's offside. I thought that was close.
Rave party!
Wow.
Rave party!
Incredibly close.
But we did mention Liang Kwai on the opposite side, and showing that it might be a stroke of tactical genius for Hollywood.
Yeah. Liang Kwai with a disallowed, Taka with a... here's Rashford. And Rashford puts one in, and this time he's on. And now it's 2-0 Hollywood.
They are ruthless today, aren't they?
Yeah.
Take a look. Bobby.
What a great flowing move.
Bit of a 1-2. And a good finish.
Yeah, that's just good play. It is Taka at the left winger spot. Now that we have
that sounded right.
Now that we have a break in the action, we can actually look at the touchline tablet and confirm that. Sloppy turnover by Buenos Aires will lead to Hollywood having it around mid-pitch. Quiet to Bobby to Rashford.
Too much space.
Way too much. And that's a penalty. Oh, boy. And are we going to get a card? We're getting a card. It's yellow. So now Taka wanting to make it 3-0 against Oakdown. And does. That's in the back of the net, and it's 3-0 Hollywood, and Buenos Aires is having flashbacks to that 10-2 Sao Paulo game earlier this season.
Yeah, just bad to worse. They gave Rashford too much space in the build-up, and then commit the foul in the box, and Taka with a calm penalty. Oakdown just kind of frozen on his line.
Yeah. Yeah, and as we've said before, when Oakdown plays well, Buenos Aires plays well, and when he doesn't, they're in a world of trouble. Oh, here we go again. It's Putnesca to Rashford. Oh, that's a good save by Oakdown. And now Buenos Aires just playing in their own box. Checker heads it back to his keeper to do a clear. Or to distribute to Guevara.
I mean, this is the first 20 minutes from hell for Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
It's like Brazil won the World Cup levels of hell.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good ball. Taka has a his fourth of the game. And Tiki Taka has a hat trick in 21 minutes.
Speaking of games from hell, I mean, Mike Checker is having the game from hell because Tiki Taka is just eating him alive. Just beats him for pace to this ball. Oakdown, I think, was trying to cover the near post, so Taka goes far post. We get another tight offside review, and that's not particularly, debatable.
Yeah, you got to think that Oakdown was hoping Checker would take away the far post there.
Yeah, and especially now with Checker on that yellow, I mean, Tiki Taka is licking his lips.
Yeah, if Checker gets sent off. Checker doesn't play his cards. Hey, go ahead, sorry.
This is putting some pressure on Tokyo, too. Like, running up the score here because goal difference. They entered the day tied in goals difference.
Yep. And Tokyo is playing Catalunya later today. Catalunya is not a team that will... Oh, here's another one. Taka, pass back to Rashford, shoots, and it's off Guevara.
Yeah, good cutback there by Taka, trying to be selfless and set up a teammate. It was a good shot, just good block.
Corner was cleared out. Valor, that looked like a samurai move to get the ball to his teammate. Oh, here's Taka again. Oakdown saves. He went for that far post again, but Oakdown learned his lesson that time and didn't let it pass.
Yeah, he's been beaten to both posts today, I'm pretty sure. By Taka. Even the crossbar because of that penalty.
Yeah.
Being relatively right down the middle.
Oh, and there's Liang Kwai. Oh, he's offside anyway.
Anyway, I thought that.
Hollywood is still attacking. We're only 30 minutes in. Kwai forward to Bobby. I think he's off. Blocked. And it is offside for Bobby.
Yeah, I mean, Buenos Aires just needs to get to halftime without any further damage.
Yeah, that's all they can hope for.
I'm not really sure what adjustments they can make at halftime, but just make it stop.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Get to the half. Get off the pitch. Have some time to think. Get in a better headspace. And don't make mistakes like that. Just gave it right to Liang Kwai, basically in the box. And it'll bounce around the outside. Hollywood recovers around midfield. Over to Possible. To Kwai. To Rashford. To Kwai again. Shoots. Easily blocked. Rashford to the corner. Puts in a cross, but It'll be a goal kick. Didn't get his foot on it in time.
I'm not even sure Buenos Aires have had the ball in their attacking half, like, all match. Like, in terms of them possessing the ball, not like Hollywood trying to reposition with Costanza, for example.
Yeah, I think the farthest we've seen it on the opposite side is there's Putnesca, who scores on the cross from Bobby at the line, and now it's 5-0, and this is Buenos Aires is hurting.
Yeah, it's too much space again. Like, Bobby comes out, draws the defenders. That allows Putnesca the chance to make the run, and there's nobody there. Nobody is going to step up to put pressure on the ball. Nobody. It's like I don't know.
And that's one shot for Buenos Aires, and that came in those last 5 minutes. So Hollywood has just been absolutely dominating this match.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a ton to break down. Hollywood has been dominant. Buenos Aires have had some self-inflicted wounds throughout this, giving away a penalty. Checker also being on a yellow card. I mean, again, they're just going to eat that for breakfast.
Yeah.
Leaving a little too much space for, some of Hollywood's more creative players, and even Putinesca on that last one, where it's like no one was even within an area code of him, as Alessio Calvatore will come in.
Yeah, Calvatore for Valor. And Hollywood is right back to it. I think if I'm Buenos Aires at this point, my goal is to just score as many as you can and kind of let the defense fall by the wayside. Because at this point, what do you have to lose?
Just get something to cheer for, if nothing else.
Yeah. Sloppy. Taka to Bobby. Just missed.
Yeah, you can't make those kind of sloppy turnovers against Hollywood because they'll just eat you alive on the break. That time they were very lucky that Ricky Bobby just kind of missed.
Yeah. Yeah, something he doesn't do very often. 60 minutes in, and I think that's the first time we've seen Buenos Aires on the attack. Of course, it was shut down very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Now Hollywood is doing something. I'm waiting for the true highlight. Oh, here's Impossible with a heck of a dribble. Gets to the line, stops, passes back to Putnesca. Tali blocks. Over to Kwai, to Possible. Possible gets to the line, puts in a cross, headed, knocked away by Checker, and Vandersloot will clear it out to the right side.
Even on highlights where you think it's going to be Buenos Aires, it's Hollywood.
Yeah.
There's another sloppy giveaway in the attacking third.
Yeah. Gorkov tried to get it back, but Possible still had... Oh, there's a sloppy giveaway. Oh, Akara just missed.
On a platter. I think Akara just kind of panicked there.
Yeah, I think he was worried that Sterling was going to be able to get to it and just... Man, that is a wasted opportunity for Buenos Aires. 65 minutes now. That's a tackle by Taka to get the ball away from Vandersloot, who is one of Buenos Aires' most prolific scorers so far this season. It'll be Kwai. Sends it to the other wing for Tiki Taka. Back to Calvatore. Up to Taka again. Taka shoots. Misses. Vandersloot to Checker. Calvatore says none of that. Ricky Bobby has it. Over to Liang Kwai, who skates around Knight. Wow. Rashford to Calvatore. Up to Liang Kwai. Up to the line. Pass back to Possible to Putnesca to Rashford, who shoots and misses.
Hey, can we get a clip of that dribble there? I mean, the defender just got absolutely embarrassed.
Yeah,
as it has begun to rain in Los Angeles.
Things for Buenos Aires. Although that's a good through ball up to Gorkov. who will take it and cross it to Calvatore, who gets it to Bobby. And now Hollywood is countering up to Putanesca. Up to Liang Kwai. That was an excellent ball. Kwai back to Putanesca. Up to Kwai again. Another good ball. Blocked by Oak down. Checker will head, and it'll go out for a throw.
I feel like Liang Kwai has done everything but score in this game.
Yeah, he had that one offside.
Score goal that counted.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been very good. He's been setting up a lot of opportunities for his... Oh, wow. If that had gone in...
He picked his corner, and he almost...
Yeah, that would have been the goal of the year, I think.
It would have definitely been up there.
Gerard's corner is headed out. And now with a couple minutes left, it looks like that Buenos Aires is going to hold any further damage. And there it is. It's 5-0. Score stays the same from the half, but that is an absolutely brutal loss for Buenos Aires.
Yeah, I mean, that first half was just absolutely atrocious for them. Like, credit to them for recovering a little bit in the second half, but it just felt like they didn't have, like, that front four was on an island. We see the match ratings, and it's like, yeah, for most of them, they're bad. I don't really think they had the ball, basically, ever. Like, maybe they were giving the ball away high up the pitch. But
yeah. With those three attacking midfielders having below sixes, that's you can't play football like that.
Yeah, and then Oakdown didn't have a particularly great game. Defense didn't really do him a ton of favors, but yeah, solid day in the office for Hollywood, and put some pressure on Tokyo in terms of the goal difference. As we move into our next game, AS Paris versus Athênai. Paris are on fire right now.
Yeah, Paris have had one of the biggest resurgences that we have seen. They are 2-1-2 in their last 5. They're 2-2-1. So they have 8 points out of the possible 15 in their last 5. And really, it's just been Leonidas Papadopoulos coming alive. And actually, he struggled at the beginning of the season, but he started to get his feet under him in D1 again. And Paris is reaping the rewards of that.
Yep, 4-3-3 for them against Athênai's 4-3-3. So, again, we have sort of a mirror matchup.
Yeah.
Paris, this was a Paris team that was dead in the water. And then last match day, they went to Tokyo and beat the team that was leading the league at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, and that match alone just pretty much... Yeah, confidence, and it pretty much saved... I won't say it saved their season, because there's always a lot of season left to play. So here's 0-44 with a good chance for Athênai. Puts it back to Fischer in the box, back to Jaeger. It looked like it was an attempted pass to Joker that was blocked, and it'll be Paris that ends up with it. Yeah, but Paris was... they were nearly dead in the water 2-3 match days ago in terms of relegation survival, but now with only 2 points separating 8th, 7th, and 6th, and Catalunya in 5th, only 3 points above that, there's a chance from Cortez that went wide. Its relegation is all of a sudden pretty much anyone could go down.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine the fellas on the bench for Sao Paulo and Cairo are going to be like, they got this on the tablet.
Yeah. And there's a cross in from Labovic. It'll be Paris blocking, redistributing, and countering. Oh, that was... no. There it is. 44 nearly had a pick, and then Fischer ended up with it. Handed it to Labovic, who just skied it.
Very sloppy giveaway from, I believe that was Brizky.
Yeah.
It was a very Brizky play.
Oh, dear. You could say he'll be washing his hands of that one. Ramirez threw. 44 got there. Washburn blocked it.
Speaking of washing your hands.
Yeah. Joker's cross, 44 just heads it wide. Washburn out to Brisky on the wing.
Oh, that's a nice ball.
Congestion in the box. I don't think they have anything immediately. Cortez, Bull, way back to Horvat, up to Oak, up to Washburn. Washburn on the wing to Brisky. Back to Bull, intercepted by Yoker. Yoker driving, through ball to 44. He's well onside, shoots, blocked by Washburn. Horvat recovers.
Great recovery.
Yeah,
great recovery. Block by Washburn there. 0-44 was off to the races. He's been feeling feisty today. Here he is again.
Yeah. Doesn't get anything out of it. Bartlett with a good save. Yoker putting it across. Lind. Bartlett blocked that header from Lind, and then it went out off of, I think it was Snooks. And that corner comes to nothing.
That corner was one of the corners of all time.
Yeah.
It's like the Barcelona chicane, which thankfully is now dead.
Yeah.
Probably first ever, well, not first ever F1, because I've definitely made some racing references throughout my casting time.
Yeah, I do remember a couple. Couldn't tell you what they were about exactly. That was a great header by 44 and a good save by Bartlett.
Yeah, 0-44 has been very dangerous this game, I feel like. Because all he really needs right now is one chance. Because he's racking them up. Surely at some point the dam will break as we go to halftime. 0-0. Athênai can probably be a little bit annoyed considering, I mean, you look at that XG chart, but then you also look at the shots. They've got 2 shots on target.
Yeah.
Like you're like if you're not even making the keeper make a save, like you can't expect to score.
Yeah, they've got like you said, a lot of attacking for them. They just haven't been able to get anything on target, and the ones that they have just been able to save. As for Paris, they only have 4 shots, but they have a 75% on target rate, so they seem to be more countering, and if they can be a little bit clinical, they might be able to, well, who knows what could happen. It's 0-0 in the rain in Athens, I believe.
No, it is in the
Paris.
City of Lights. It's home team first.
Yes.
City of Lights and rain.
Yes. Lights, rain, and yellow cards.
But not goals so far.
Yeah. It is worth noting that Athênai won the previous outing this season between the two teams in D1 with a 3-0 scoreline. This here's Yoker. We went about 15 minutes in the start of the second with not much going on. That was almost a good takeaway from Bull. Athênai ended up back up with it.
Was that off the bar?
I think it was. That looked like it was off the bar.
I mean, right there, AS Paris has played their get out of jail free card.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a corner that's headed back to Brisky. Puts it over to Washburn. To Oak. To Alistair. Back to Zanetti. Forward to Alistair. Ramirez intercepts, gives it to the keeper to clear. Snooks heads it forward to Alistair. Alistair to Oak. Oak forward to Cortez.
Puts it space.
Across. Blocked. Had a good run at it, but Anderson got to it first, and it'll be a corner. Or maybe a throw.
Or maybe nothing at all.
Yeah.
Game's gone.
Yeah, it's 71 minutes, no goals. I think Hollywood may have used up all the goals for this match day.
I blame the penalty.
Yeah.
I will always blame the penalty.
Yeah, we had a
few on the last match day, yeah.
I was going to say, I think it was 1 a game if I remember correctly. Or close to it. Here's an attack by Athênai. It's 44 again. He missed again.
Like I said, he has been getting his opportunities. It's just Athênai can't seem to put anything on frame. Like at least make the keeper make a save. Like, you're playing association football. I've made this joke before. You're playing association football, not like any other code of football where, like, maybe if you shoot high, you might actually get something.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I can't imagine the rain is helping matters, but still, with only 2 shots on target on 14 attempts, you have to think they'd have gotten something more by now. Especially 44 being one of the most clinical strikers in the league.
Yeah, very good at getting into dangerous positions. Just today, the conversion hasn't been there for our Golden Boot leader.
Yeah, and there's Gin Tonic. That's a good save by Barfoot. And they'll bounce out for an Athênai corner.
They get something on target. They make Barfoot make a save, but that doesn't look like that corner came to anything.
They will recycle Gin Tonic to Jaeger to Newport. Over to Fisher. Cross goes in for 44, but can't do a whole lot with it. Barfoot ends up with it, and he will do what he wants with it. It'll be Athênai. 10 minutes left. Athênai have been much quieter in this second half, but Paris also have been, so it's not been the best for either squad. Here's 44. I don't know what that was. Alistair with an ambitious through ball to Cortez, who gives it to Bull. Anderson saves.
Yeah, that developed really quickly.
Yeah, that Cortez had very good reaction time or vision to get it to Bull, who had the chance there, but Anderson is one of the best in the league. Very hard to get anything by him.
We have some late heroics here.
Late heroics have been a theme this season. We have seen a good number of them. With 30 seconds, anything can happen still. Oh, there's Papadopoulos on the wing. They'll pause, cross in, Alistair controls. Over to Bull, Gin Tonic intercepts out to Labovich. Ambitious through ball towards 44, but Snooks will chase it down, give it back to Barfoot, and that's probably going to be the game. Yep, there it is. It's a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, 0-0 draw that, and hey, Paris 1 point closer to safety. The problem is the two teams above them are playing each other, so almost feel like you have to root for a draw there just so, like, you don't lose ground.
Yeah.
But they'll probably be happy with a draw considering how much Athênai was creating, particularly in that first half. But they were able to settle it down a lot in the second.
Yeah.
Bori Barfoot made some big saves when he was called upon. But not really a whole lot to talk about from this game. Like, the chances were created. It's just Athênai decided to put the ball basically anywhere but where it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, that technically, as of this moment before the Sao Paulo and Cairo match, which is in fact our next match to watch here, Paris is tied with Cairo, but they are down 2 on goal difference. So Paris will be wanting Cairo to win this one, since a Cairo loss doesn't really do a whole lot, because they'll still be in relegation at that point anyways. They'll want a, as you said, a draw, and then a Catalunya loss would be best case scenario for Paris.
Yeah, that seems about right. Because with a draw, it's like you're basically the same spot you started the day, but you don't have to worry about them taking. You also don't have to worry about them taking points off each other.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I believe that Sao Paulo actually plays Paris in the final week of the season, so that could be for relegation.
Yeah, for survival.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sao Paulo, as we enter this game. Sao Paulo 6th, 11.0 goal difference. Cairo, provisionally still 7th, 10 points minus 9 goal difference. Sao Paulo did manage to earn a draw last week. I mean, both these teams in their last match day earned draws. Ooh.
That was very close for Sao Paulo, just scoring in 20 seconds.
Yep, and we see a 4-3-3 from Cairo. And for Sao Paulo, I believe it's that weird 3-5-2 3 at the back with basically de facto 4 strikers.
Yeah, it is indeed. It's the wingbacks, the 3 central defenders, a midfielder, and then what is essentially 4 strikers, as you said. Here's Olivier on the wing, puts it across, and Brimovic heads. It's over the net. And we'll have a goal kick.
Because the 4th striker is Anavier there, who is playing as a shadow striker.
Yeah.
Behind the front 3.
Yeah. And Anavier has been... We were talking about late goals. Anavier has had a lot of those this season for Sao Paulo to keep them in a lot of games.
Yeah, and you would suspect, like, the way they're lined up, Sao Paulo will be playing a more direct approach because midfield? What midfield?
Yeah.
It's one dude who's a box-to-box.
Anavier to Newman to Biscuit. That's an excellent run. He shoots and the Heretic blocks. Oud will recover, give it to Arisov, over to Black, puts it forward. It'll be Torres to Bjorkas to Noodle. Noodle has it over to Jones, and that's it for that.
Yeah, you suspect that the assistant manager will be just absolutely screaming about being overrun.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a ambitious shot from Newman that doesn't really get close.
But as I say, the only rule is it has to work.
Yeah. And on the other side of the pitch for Cairo, it's been Hunter Jones has come alive lately. He's had a lot of goals in the last few games for Cairo, and there's a sloppy turnover. Incline forward, headed out. And there is Hunter Jones to Arisov to Staines.
I believe Jones is a loanee.
He is from FC Kaapstad.
Yeah, so definitely a player they're probably going to want to find a way to keep after this season because he's been super important for them.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a cross by Newman that wasn't great. Torres ended up with it up to Bjorkas. He's got Jones over there. Picks up Jones, through ball to Torres, shoots wide.
Yeah, Cairo built that up. That was a case of getting overrun in the midfield. They were just able to use numbers and string together passes, but in the end product was lacking.
There's Jeeves forward to Noodle, over to Torres, shoots, blocked by Lexington, and Brimovic ends up with it. And he well overshot both Newman and Biscuit.
Overshot everything.
Yeah. Everything except the other defenders, which is what he didn't want to do. Kofi Ansha having a quiet game so far today.
Yeah, one of the more impressive players for Sao Paulo is that left wing back.
Yeah, he is 3rd in Division 1 in terms of average rating so far. Oh, that's something. There's Ansha, shoots and misses. I think he must have been offside. That's why he let it.
Yeah, that was my thought. My thought was he put in the ball, and then he held up the run because he knew he was off.
That had to be the only explanation there, and it led to an off-target shot for Ansha, who, to be fair, is not known for his shooting ability.
Yep, more so getting into that attacking third and crossing the ball.
Anavier just stole it and gave it to Newman. He's got Biscuit and then Brimovic over there. Newman puts it across. Oud heads. Incline recovers. Incline, ambitious shot just over the bar. That was closer. Closer
yeah, it would be very funny.
Yeah.
The way the Sao Paulo team is lined up, Incline is their only true midfielder, so him scoring would have been kind of funny.
Yeah, and that's a free from Ansha that comes to nothing, and Noodle outpaces
Thessenwitz has to be careful.
Yeah, Thessenwitz on the yellow. Jeeves back to Staines, over to Arisov. Ansha tackles, doesn't get it. Arisov puts it back. Oh.
He hit that one with some venom.
Yeah. Yeah, and Rage barely tipped it over. That was a great shot. Corner is headed away for Jones, and it will be at the half, 0-0.
I mean, it's about as even can get on the XG in terms of shots. Sao Paulo with a slight edge, but, 2 on target to 1. It's, And it's gone basically the way I kind of expected in terms of like play style. Cairo has been the more maintained possession, and Sao Paulo is basically long ball, inshallah.
Yeah, and I mean, both of these teams are going to need to do a lot better at something if they want to get some very important points in the relegation race. There's a free from Bjorkas. Rage makes the save. That was a really good free kick.
Yeah, really good free kick from a really dangerous spot, but Adam Rage says nope.
And it'll be, I think Noodle might have been offside.
Yeah.
Yep. Indeed, he
trying
is.
Trying to recycle, just didn't time the run well.
Yeah. Rage hoofs it forward. It'll end up with Jones. Up to Staines. Staines through to Torres. Lexington controls, gives it to Inclon, up to Newman. Newman gives it back to Fred, puts it up to Ansha. Ansha has a clear wing to make a run. Puts it across for Coffee Biscuit. Malachi Black blocked it. And it'll be...
a little bit messy. Oh!
He's way offside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little messy out of the back. Yeah, a little messy out of the back by Cairo, and then very messy on the offside by a mile.
Yeah. Anavier's header! Anavier's corner. Coffee Biscuit into the corner of the net, and it's 1-0 Sao Paulo out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, we said they were going to be direct, but set pieces. I hate to sound like Alexi Lawless, but it's the truth. The corner to the back post, Biscuit heads it home, and now Cairo's got to come up with a response in this last half hour.
Yeah, and Sao Paulo so rarely has scored from those corners so far this season. I didn't anticipate anything coming from that. And Brimovic puts in a cross for Newman. And it'll be tackled by Anavier up to Newman again. Good chance for a counter. Anavier to Thessenwitz. Thessenwitz gets it. Doesn't really have a good option. Gives it back to Anavier. Back to Thessenwitz. Puts in a cross. And Brimovic heads. Heretic holds and saves.
Can cut the tension with a knife here on the banks of the Nile.
Yeah.
Both teams know how big this game is.
And it's
it's not been the prettiest game, but sloppy.
Biscuit with the interception, and Brimovic shoots, saved by the Heretic. That was very sloppy by Cairo.
Yeah, almost a wing playing it out of the back goes wrong, but Heretic to the rescue.
Lexington put in the corner that time. Not usually the person we see with those corners. Anavier comes back with it. Oh, it's a penalty. And Brimovic was shoved by Arasov at the back angle.
We're even getting goal line technology. The absolute nonsense of this sequence.
That is... Oh, it'll be Anavier for the penalty. He'll have to beat the Heretic. Trying to make it 2-0 Sao Paulo. Oh, wow, that was very sloppy, but ends up with a goal anyway. What a sequence of events. I
don't know.
I think he just Scott Sterling the Heretic. Oh, no, he got his hands on it.
Yeah, Heretic reads it right that he's going down the middle, but he forgets to either catch the ball or just yeet it or hope someone comes to clear it.
The end result is the same as a made penalty, and it'll be 2-0 Sao Paulo. 10 minutes for Cairo to try and limit the damage further. Anavier with an ambitious shot that's well over the bar. Noodle with free. Rage picks it up off the ground.
Don't know if someone took a touch in front of Rage. I don't think he did.
Yeah, it did look like it, but it's very hard to tell through those walls of bodies. Through ball meant for Torres. Lexington charges it down quite easily. It'll be Bjorkas and Inclon. Staines to Torres, over to Arasov. Arasov forward to Noodle, who puts it in the back of the net, but he's offside. That was a great move. If Noodle had stayed on side, it would have been a very great team goal for Sao Paulo, but he's a good bit off there.
Yeah, not particularly close.
Yeah, that
It would be frustrating for Cairo. You get something on the board, but turns out you messed up a little bit in the build-up.
Yeah, that was a sloppy turnover by Inclon. It'll be Torres. He has Noodle coming up. Gives it to Bjorkas, but Mayhem gets in the way and takes it. Lexington back to Rage to clear. Newman to Unavier, through ball to Biscuit. Biscuit doesn't have a shot. What's he going to do? Take it to the line, pass it back to Fesnovic, puts in a corner, and Brimovic headed, saved by the Heretic. The Heretic having a very good game.
Yeah, Sao Paulo hasn't really done a whole lot from the run of play. It's been the corner and the penalty.
That was an incredibly dangerous tackle by Fesnovic. Right there at the end, in the box, tackled Noodle, and that was... Ooh. And it will be 2-0 Sao Paulo, so they will jump to 14 points.
Past Catalunya provisionally.
Yes,
but
provisionally
holy smokes. Holy smokes, is that a big win for Sao Paulo. They did definitely play better. But that was very much a relegation 6-pointer in that it was not pretty at all. But, the Heretic has a very good game, but just some sloppy mistakes from Cairo. The corner and the penalty.
Yeah, and the Heretic,
especially on the penalty, someone has to be there to clean that up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's occurring to me that 7.9 is partially because of the save penalty, but then the immediate putback kind of negates that as well. And our last match day will be Tokyo and Catalunya. Catalunya is now in 6th currently. They would need to draw or win to jump ahead of Sao Paulo back again. And then Tokyo came into the day tied with 12 goal difference and 23 points with Hollywood, so they would need to win by 5 in order to stay even. Although a win alone is just about as good as you can get.
Yeah, and Tokyo, of course, had that rough drop last time to AS Paris, 2-1. Catalunya also lost 2-1 last match day to Buenos Aires. So these are two teams coming off of defeats and trying to get back on their feet.
Yeah, and Catalunya still, they haven't really gotten that Catalunya form we're used to seeing from them in other seasons, and they're not out of the relegation race yet.
Yeah, it's been a very uneven season for them. Like, we're used to seeing them, fighting with Hollywood or where Tokyo is right now. We're not used to seeing them in the mid-pack.
Yeah, there's a Kocha with a decent chance. Toastman blocked, Rupp gets over there. And Tokyo has won 4 of their last 5 games, and their only loss was last week, as you mentioned. So they are in incredibly dangerous form, but if they're showing a weakness, then Catalunya has to exploit that.
Yeah, the midfield battle is going to be the thing I'm watching, because it's a 4-2-4 from Tokyo. Catalunya are playing a 4-4-2 narrow diamond. So that was a little weird there.
Yeah, it was a decent through, but Yarvinen really didn't have a shot. It looked like he got blocked.
So I'm really interested in seeing this tactical matchup, because Catalunya, you would think, will have the advantage going through the middle. And then Tokyo is going to have those overloads on the flank, although I believe those players are both inverted? Yeah, they're both inverted, so they're going to cut in a little bit. So it might end up functioning more like a 4-2-2-2.
Yeah.
With 2 defensive midfielders.
Oh, he's offside by 12 miles.
He is so offside, he is practically in Portugal.
Yeah.
You would assume that the center mids for Catalunya...
He's onside that time, and Gunnarsson just got frozen. It's a goal for Caleb Hayden, and it's 1-0 Tokyo. That was
just a
nightmare for Catalunya there.
Yeah, but this is how 4-2-4 functions. You get the ball forward, other team makes a sloppy turnover, get the ball forward quickly, bam, goal. Great touch by Hayden to set it up onto his right foot and finish to the near post. They see him rolling. He's Hayden. That was their first shot of the game, too, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. And Catalunya is going to want to strike back quickly. They have had some very good attacking opportunities. They just haven't been able to get anything out of them. That's another through. Cairo recovers. Puts in a cross. It'll be Nessie. Puts in another cross. It'll be headed and saved by Gunnarsson.
What's also an interesting matchup in terms of the way these two teams are set up is with those inverted players in the attack for Tokyo. I believe Catalunya tends to play with inverted wingbacks as their fullbacks. So I'm looking to see the matchup between those as well, because everyone's cutting in.
Yeah, it's just edge of the field is wide open for the taking, pretty much. Tokyo is trying to work something here. It's Nessie to Rise. Rise puts in a cross, blocked by DeBurn, recovered by McFlopface. Good through, but a through ball. Rupp tried to contain. Maple ended up with it. Maple puts it back to Yarvin, heads it over to DeBurn. Yeah, McFlopface shoots. Oh, what a save by Dobby Rube.
I think that hit the bar.
It may well have. That
had some curl on it.
Yeah, that.
I don't even think a hairstylist can make a curl like that.
Certainly not with a football, I don't think. There's the corner for Tokyo. Messi puts it in, and Ricchetti puts it the opposite way.
Yeah, looking at the formation again, the fullbacks are, in fact, inverted wingbacks for Catalunya, who are down 1-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
In a game where they might feel a little hard done by. But again, we're seeing, a team that has shots, just none of them on target.
Yeah.
Catalunya has one shot on target. They've been creating, and if they can put the ball on net, they've got a, I think they've got a goal or two in them. But credit to Tokyo, who, like I said, this is how this formation functions. You win the ball and you get it forward quickly. That's exactly what happened on that goal.
Yeah, and it was Hayden. He wasn't even really behind the defense at all. He was kind of in the middle of it and just pulled off a great shot that Gunnarsson just didn't see coming.
Yeah. Curiously, again, when it comes to the formation matchup, Tokyo have had more possession this match, which is fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Just given the way these two teams are set up, we know Catalunya likes to retain possession normally, but for whatever reason, they're not possessing the ball. I don't know. This is just a very fascinating game tactically, in terms of the matchups.
Looks like we have Mojo Rising coming in for Catalunya, as we typically do. In for Floppy McFlopface at that central attacking mid position.
Yeah, Mojo Rising, the super sub for them last season. We'll see if he can do the thing here.
Yeah, there's
Catalunya just need they're creating. It's just the cutting edge hasn't been there. Maybe he can provide that.
Yeah, Rising has been very good at burning defenses, especially in those second half of games. If they can do that again here. Finn's cutting in, gets to the line, puts it out to Muller, who bounces it off Toastman. Yarvin recovers top of the box, gets to the line, hoofed out.
I think he actually hit that off his own player.
Yeah, he may have.
Not a lot going on so far in this second half.
Yeah. It'll be Tokyo on the attack, and we do see some action. Rise. He's got Vins on a yellow right next to him. Puts it back to Nessie. Aubuchon to Shet. I think it would have been outside, but Gunnarsson makes the save regardless.
Yeah, another really nice shot from the top of the box that Gunnarsson not taking any chances with that one.
Yeah. Any shot with that much curl, you are not even gonna risk it.
Mm-hmm.
Visser with a throw for Tokyo to Aubuchon to Shet. Over to Kaido. Järvinen recovers. Hayden gets it from him. Visser through. Vins heads out. Vercetti recovers. Nessie, Asagi, Rise. Nessie. Back to Rise. Nessie. Puts in a cross. Gunnarsson saves. I believe it was Kaido who headed that.
I feel like the way this game is set up is perfect for Tokyo's fullbacks. Yannick Visser and Linnea Nessie love to get forward. And with how narrow Catalunya is playing.
Tabernia. Put in a cross for Vins. Vins gets right back over to Järvinen. Järvinen over to Rising, who shoots and just missed.
The chance was there. The chance was there. He had all the time and space in the world, but that was not a great shot.
Yeah, here's another chance for Catalunya, though. Okocha gets it, takes it to the wing. Vercetti tackles. Okocha retains. Muller over to Vins. Missed. Vins took a shot and just missed it. I wonder if potentially that was a attempt to get it to Maple's head, and Maple just didn't go for it because he was off.
Yeah, it was either a weird miscommunicated cross or a shot that he probably shouldn't have taken. I think he probably should have taken a touch there.
Yeah. Oh, Toastman tried to get something. Muller, Nessie blocks. It is a
great
corner,
recovery
though.
block. Great recovery block by Nessie.
Yeah. Vins puts in the corner. Rubes holds. 10 minutes for Catalunya to draw.
Away.
5 minutes. 1 minute.
Zoom. Yeah, not much happening.
Yeah, it's got to be right now if Catalunya wants to pull off a draw. Okocha with a long cross. Järvinen picks it up on the opposite side. Tabernia dispossessed by Vercetti, and Rupp will clear it out. Catalunya will end up with the ball again. Rising to Vins. He's had Okocha. Muller shoots, and that was perhaps not the most advisable shot for Muller to take there, because that's going to basically end the game unless Tokyo is incredibly sloppy here.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bad decision to shoot, just it was a bad technical shot.
Yeah, well, that's fair. That is fair.
Because he had space, he had time, but almost feels like he overthought it.
Yeah, he had his two forwards right there in the middle that I thought he could have potentially gotten open if he had just waited a bit longer, but ends up taking the shot, and it won't matter at the end of the match anyway, because it'll be Tokyo coming away with a 1-0 victory over Catalunya.
Yeah, and you'll look at the numbers. Catalunya is probably fuming at this one, because they created looks, they got more shots. I feel like they were better possession-wise in the second half, but ultimately they just couldn't hit the target. Like they weren't even really making Rube make all that many saves. But credit to Tokyo's back four and their two midfielders who were very good, and they were very opportunistic in the attack. They had that one, they had their one chance, and they were clinical with it. Meanwhile, Catalunya had a bunch of chances and were wasteful. And sometimes that's the difference between winning and losing and dropping to sixth.
Yeah, that gives us some. These next few weeks are going to be very spicy. That's for certain, especially for AS Paris. They drew Athênai today, which huge result for them. For Athênai, it ended up bumping them up into third after the Buenos Aires blowout. But Paris plays Sao Paulo in Matchday 14, and they play Cairo next week. So Paris essentially controls their own destiny from this point.
Do they play Catalunya?
They do not.
Okay. Yeah.
Catalunya
so they
plays Athênai in Matchday 13, and then I'm not sure for the final week.
Yeah, so they do control their own destiny. If they can get some W's, they can pull out of this.
Yeah.
But drama at the top of the table too. They're both tied. That goal difference may end up being the decider.
Yeah, very well could be. Tokyo, well, they play each other next week, so that
Oh yes. Oh yes.
yeah, Matchday 13.
That's gonna be it's either going to be a movie or it's gonna be like an anticlimax.
Yeah.
There is no in between.
Next week we're gonna have a lot of very interesting storylines. We'll have the rematch of the infamous 10-2 game in Buenos Aires, Sao Paulo. It'll be a 6-pointer for relegation with Paris and Cairo. It'll be Hollywood at Tokyo in the battle for the league. And then we'll have Athênai and Catalunya.
Yeah, and you would imagine, if Catalunya loses, that's a big opportunity for the Cairo Paris winner.
Yeah, absolutely huge. If Catalunya drops both of their remaining games, and Catalunya has to win one game to be safe, essentially. Same for Sao Paulo. Although,
and Tiki Taka's hat trick, by the way, puts him even with 0-44 for the Golden Boot.
Yeah, and Coffee.
So that's another storyline to watch.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a very interesting end of the season, that's for sure.
Yep, grab your popcorn, but until then, this is, if you've been sticking with us throughout the cast, thank you very much. This has been a very dramatic match day, and we'll see you next time. Until then, I've been Val.
I've been Laser.
And we will see you next time.